What's the deal, YouTube? It's your girl, Miss Honey. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, you guys. It's Woosah Wednesday. You already know what this is. This is Queen Sugar. This is season 2, episode 12. Live in the All Along. Really, really good episode, you guys. Queen Sugar, Ava DuVernay, all that wonderful cast over there. They are knocking it out the park for season 2. We've had drama, we have controversy. We really, truly still don't know what's going on in the all together, but we're still intrigued. We're holding on. This is the kind of programming I love, you guys. Let's get into this. Before we get rolling real good, you already know what this is. If you are not subscribed to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Go ahead and hit the bell next to the subscribe button. Just kill two birds with one stone. Give me a thumbs up no matter who you are. Before you leave, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. Just go ahead and do it right now. That way you don't forget. You know what I'm saying? Procrastination is the thief of time, right? And comment down below. I know you guys, let's talk about this episode. Now, y'all know I've started a new format, kind of sort of, where I'm doing the MVPs. I picked 2 MVPs for the show, as well as I come in with a couple of shining stars. And I was in a little bit of a conundrum this episode. I did not know who I was going to pick to be the MVP. And one of the reasons why is because there was no one character in the show this episode that was just forging ahead. We didn't see the characters isolated on their own a lot in this episode. We saw a lot of togetherness. This was the episode where the Brown Sugar Festival resurfaces. It was something that they did many years ago, and it fell off, and Charley is reviving the Brown Sugar Festival. And so we see the debut of the revival of the Brown Sugar Festival. And I thought, you know what? The Brown Sugar Festival not only brought Borderlands and the community together, but it uncovered quite a few things. There was a lot of, exposing going on. And the Brown Sugar Festival also allowed us to have a lot of come to Jesus moments in this episode. And so I think my number one MVP for this episode is going to be the Brown Sugar Festival, okay? As resilient and as tough as it is, it has survived all these years, and it's still a great festival, okay? My second MVP, I think, for this episode is going to be all the ladies in this episode. I'm telling you, the women in this episode in particular were shining stars, the whole lot of them, not just with each other, but within their own lives, within their own property lines. They were killing it this episode, and I'm proud of all of them. So those are going to be my 2 MVPs, and y'all know we like to talk about the shining stars at the end. So let's get into this. Now, first of all, the Brown Sugar Festival is taking one hit after another, okay? Charley is there, and she is, this is where we're going to put the Ferris wheel. A Ferris wheel is huge, you guys. I mean, the machinery itself is huge, but the circumference of land that it has to have around it also has to be huge. I mean, Charley is thinking way big. She's doing it up, and she is super excited. Well, hit number 1 comes when the guy who owns the field comes out, and he is just as yellow. I mean, yellow belly, lily livered. Oh, jellyback. That's all my country sayings for chicken shit. You know, he's scared as hell. He coming up tell her he must have overbooked or underbooked or something, and she can't have the feel. And she's like, but why? He was like, well, I just can't let you have the feel. The festival is the next doggone day, y'all. Hello. And she's like, what's going on? Well, Sam Landry gets out the car. He said, well, I'm sorry, I'm having an auction, and this to help the community to sell some tractors and all this other stuff. Y'all know it's bull crap. It's bull crap, and it's what the cowardice and the spineless does when they don't have the balls to stand on their own 2 feet. You know what I'm saying? They go behind you and they shiv you in the back, they snake you, the whole nine. The Landrys are no different. The Landrys are no different. I zero, 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 zero respect for the Landrys. Anyway, Charley lets him know the difference between a spine and a doggone backbone. Why you brought this spineless man here? I got a backbone. I will not let you stop me. I will not let you hold me and this festival back. And she sends them running, baby. They get in the truck and get the heck on, okay? That's hit number one that they take. Well, her and Remy are calling around trying to find somebody. Everybody they calling, they both got a list. Her list has been shot all down. He called finally and get a church on the phone and talks to them and schmoozes them up. And they say, yeah, you can do it on our property. No problem. This all gravy, right? So Charley and Remy having it Scrabble. They playing Scrabble and having wine, baby. And Charley just keeps whittling away at Remy. You know what I'm saying? She is feeling Remy. She is just like, what we gonna do? We gonna take this thing to the next level, or what? Your girl is trying to get at you, Remy. What you gonna do? And Remy is like, what you got? What you got? What you got? Super cute relationship. But evidently everything is copacetic. Y'all got enough time to play Scrabble the night before the festival. But okay. In walks Davis and Micah, and she lets Davis know that Remy has saved the day. He's gotten to church at the same time. Remy get a call, and it's the church. Evidently, the Landrys have called to the pastor and threatened his insurance license. Okay, the insurance on the property, so they can't have it there either. Now it's hours away. It's not a day away. It's hours away by this point. And Davis jumps in, okay, and he lets her know, why don't we do what we used to do, have a good old fashioned rent party style festival, you know what I'm saying, like they do at Good Times. Y'all know Good Times used to throw some banging parties, okay, with little or nothing, some banging parties, right? And so it's a good idea. Maybe they could do it at Aunt Vi's. So they take the festival down to Aunt Vi's, and Aunt Vi has made some beautiful sugar crowns and everything for the brown sugar queens. Oh, it's gonna be a beautiful, beautiful function. But it's starting to rain, and Charley finds out that the trucks with the caterer and all of that that's coming from New Orleans, from the city, is logged up. They backlogged. Okay, they can't take a different route. All of this is because of the Landrys. And all the while, Charley is like, okay. But the sugar festival is saved once again because Aunt Vi say have it down at the mill. It's big enough. You know what I'm saying? We'll set up some games, all of that. And the family comes together and put out turf. They put out games and tables. Davis has recommended his girlfriend, what's her name, Samara, something like that, to sing. She's a pop star and everybody is super excited, and it is a wonderful, wonderful thing. I mean, it has been whittled down to this much smaller event, but the community was super happy. They really, really enjoyed themselves. It was a good old fashioned good time, y'all. They had a good time. And we got a brown sugar queen, the first brown sugar queen in many, many years, and that is Miss Kiki. And don't nobody deserve it like Miss Kiki, right? Okay, so the let's talk about, through all of this, how the Brown Sugar Festival became one of our MVPs. Okay, because when Davis walked in and saw Charley and Remy together, Charley had just de-straddled Remy. Okay. First of all, Michael walked in there like, oh, your daddy's rich and your mama's good looking. Oh, he just had a little shifty look in his eye when he opened the door with his key and let Davis in. I know he saw Remy car out there. He just gonna let Davis in. You think you finna put your family together, your parents back together off some bleak? Come on now, Micah. Come on now, Micah. I'm not gonna focus on you though. And Davis is looking a little P Duzzles, you know what I'm saying? He is just like, what are we doing here? What's going on? What's happening? What's I mean, can I talk to you for a minute? See, he has found out that he's got an injury that requires surgery and he's gonna be out 6 to 8 weeks. Well, that's gonna bleed into what do you call it, basic camp when they go, to practice before the season start, and a little bit of the season. It might affect the season. He's worried about it. Of course, he's called Charley. She didn't answer. She busy with the Ferris wheel, right? And when he heard a voice on the voicemail, he was like, I just and then he realized it was the voicemail. He was like, oh, she's not answering. So now that he sees her, he realizes she's busy. She's moved on with her life and it's with this dude right here. But I want to talk to you about my injury though. And she is just like, can I help you? What can we do here? So he gets to see that she has moved on. She is not pining away for you, sir. She is not waiting for you to bring a big old fat juicy sorry to her door and lay it there. No, sir. She is moving on with her life, okay? And the vehicle that she is using is fine and good looking. How about them apples, okay? But she also learns, he learns about Remy and she learns about this Samara lady. She knows when he said, I can get Samara to sing and Nova was like, well, how can you arrange that? And she kind of sees on his face, oh, okay. Oh, okay. This Charley, right? And so through the whole festival, she's kind of checking out Samara or Samara, whatever her name is. She checking the chick out and she feeling some type of way. She can't hate on her. She's a beautiful woman. She's got a beautiful voice. She's young and all of that, but she feeling a little bit of what Davis is feeling. You know what I'm saying? You can't be with somebody that long and not feel some type of way when you see them with somebody else. Now, it just depends on how long it takes you to move past that situation. But um it leads her to when she's thanking everybody, and right before she crowns the brown sugar queen, she calls Remy up to thank him, and well, she should have. Remy was instrumental in getting that mill up and running and helping with the farm and helping with the situations with the farm and helping her with this whole brown sugar festival and all of that. And she brings Remy up and gives him a little on the lips. Everybody was like, okay. And she was like, yeah, he fine, right? He fine as hell. And of course Davis is like, I don't even want to talk about it. And so they both, kind of felt some type of way later on when she thanks him in private. She thanks Davis in private. I just say, well, you did good this today and you came through for us and I really appreciate it with all your friends, and he brought some team members out and you brought your girlfriend Samara. And he was like, oh yeah, well, that's fine. I'm headed to LA. And she was like, okay. And he was like, Samara is really, she's not really nothing. She ain't nothing really. You know what I'm saying? She ain't all that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not that invested. And she was like, Remy is. Yeah, that's what Charley said Remy is. He's a really, really big deal. I was like, you better do it, girl. You better do it. Okay, so that's one of the things that the Brown Sugar Festival uncovered. Also, we find out that you know, Ralph Angel and Darla have decided that they're going to go to the courthouse and get married. They got their marriage license. Darla wants a wedding, but I think Ralph Angel felt like she felt she was asking for too much, wanting a big wedding, considering things are tight. Well, Ralph Angel finds out that he's actually doing good. He's made a whole lot of money from the soybean, but that has to go back into the farm for the sugar cane. And when all of that is done, he is going to break even. And he kind of low key insults Prosper because he tells him that I'm doing all this hard work and I'm just breaking even. And Prosper's like, you did good. He said, I went 7 years in the hole, so long that I lost my farm. I lost the land to my farm. He said, I would have given anything for 1 year to break even. And it's a moment of a reality, a come to Jesus moment um, for Ralph Angel, because he needs to constantly be reminded to be grateful, to be appreciative, not to be spoiled, not to go off half cocked. Okay, this here is hard work. Prosper told him, these is red bottoms, baby. These is bloody shoes. Okay, you want fame? Well, fame comes. And it starts right here. You know what I'm saying? He needs to just constantly be reminded that this is what hard work is. This is what hard work looks like. This is what hard work yields. Sometimes be grateful. And so, in meantime, uh, uh, Darla gets a call from her mom. And it's the first time she's talked to her mother in 6 years. And her mother and father are coming down to meet Ralph Angel and coming to the wedding. And she is so nervous. Oh, we're going to talk about that. But anyway, Ralph Angel doesn't learn that out until later when they go to the mill to roll out the AstroTurf to set up he in Hollywood to set up for the festival. And he and Hollywood are there, and Hollywood's like, what's going on? Because he's just kicking the turf, you know what I'm saying, just throwing an actual physical temper tantrum. Y'all know how Ralph Angel is. I'm really trying to hold on to a measure of love for Ralph Angel, but I don't know. I don't know. He's just being childish as hell. You know what I'm saying? And Hollywood, ooh, y'all don't know I got feelings for Hollywood that run real deep down in my loins. Get it together. Okay, so Hollywood's like, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? I'm just breaking even at the farm, and I want to get Darla a big wedding. She act like she don't want one, but I know she know it. She doing it because she don't think we had the money to get it. I can't afford to give her one. And Hollywood tells him, well, it's okay. It's gonna be all right. Why don't you get a job? He tell Hollywood it ain't that easy, man. I was like, yeah, it is. If you can find you a job, you can make you some extra money. Yeah, yeah. And so Hollywood let him go ahead and throw his temperature on him. He said, listen, I got a guy at the that work with me, and he has a record, and he works the night shift at a shrimp factory. And Ralph Angel poo-poos that idea. Y'all just smelling like shrimp and dog tired. You know what I'm saying? That ain't no way to live. And Hollywood was like, look, this what you want to do? This what you got to do. Okay? It takes sacrifice and it takes hard work. Again, if you want fame, well, fame comes. Okay, with blood, sweat, and tears, sir. You know. And he says, well, I get the number, and if you want to do it, you can do it. If not, don't even worry about it. Ralph Angel, you need to get your ish together. Well, he finds out after that Darla's parents are coming. Now, he's happy for her that she's talked to her parents for the first time in 6 years. He is. He's happy for her. Ralph Angel has to be constantly reminded. Okay, and this festival gave the opportunity for him to be continually told that you need to pick yourself up by your bootstraps and stop complaining and make this thing happen for yourself. All right. Let's see, what else did the Brown Sugar Festival uncover? Oh, it was so much. Okay, so then let's move to our second MVP. Our second MVP are all the ladies, okay? The Borderline ladies. Aunt Vi was rah, sis, boom, bah for everybody in this episode. When Darla came to her to tell her about her mom calling. When Darla came in the door, it's something about Darla's demeanor that makes me bring her close to my heart. Y'all, I got it bad for Darla, and I know she gonna have a secret in this next episode, but I got a tender spot in my heart for Darla. When Darla came in and she couldn't even look at Aunt Vi, like she was looking off to the side. Aunt Vi had to ask, say, "What's going on? What's happening with you?" Like she has been told that she ain't ish for so long. She got so much shame and guilt wrapped around her past that she just has these moments where she is paralyzed with shame and with guilt. And even though she had a good conversation with her mom, let her tell Ralph Angel it was easy breezy, and she's hopeful that her dad will come around as well. In this moment, it's fresh off the conversation, and she is so tender and raw. And when I tell you, Aunt Vi told her this beautiful story about her husband. She met him at the first brown sugar festival, or one of the brown sugar festivals, and he was fine and he knew how to get things done, if you know what I mean. And she was shocked the day he hit her, and he hit her many times after that. And long after Ernest had ran him off, people in the community looked at her a certain type of way, and she felt like she deserved that because she put up with it for so long. And then she realized, you know what? Until you decide that you deserve better and you want to be viewed differently, everybody else is going to be treating you the way that they're going to treat you, right? And you have to decide for yourself, okay, that you're not going to walk in that shame and that guilt, that you're going to hold your head up high. You deserve a future. You deserve a second chance too, girl. Oh, it was everything. And then, she just hugged Darla up and just got her excited when she came in to talk about her mom. She said, "That's good news, girl. That's good news. That's good news." She gave her permission to be happy about loving her parents, still loving her parents, even though they have cast her down and cast her out. She gave her permission to be excited about possibly rekindling with her mom and her dad. And it was a beautiful, beautiful moment. Same thing with Nova. When Nova had gone off to New York, to Atlanta, to be with Dr. Romance and do this interview about the Zika virus. And they had agreed that they were going to tackle the interview a certain type of way. Nova looked beautiful, y'all. That print dress, okay? That black and white print dress, boom, bam, pow, okay? Everything. And Dr. Romance gave her a set of beautiful, beautiful black pearls. It was really, really lovely. And Nova looked good. Great interview, except he switched it up on her. Even though they had agreed they were going to go and do the format a certain type of way, he switched it up because he wanted it to create more buzz. And so we see this a lot of times in reality TV with the half full cups of water and folding tables that they be flipping over on each other, trying to make it look like a real scuttlebutt. It's to create a buzz. Well, he does the same thing. It's unbeknownst to Nova, and Nova was devastated. She banned him from coming to New Orleans ever. I'm going back to New Orleans, and you are banned from St. Joseph Parish. Um, but when she comes in, and they're gonna do the brown sugar festival there at Aunt Vi's farm, and her and Charley all there together, and Aunt Vi just congratulates her and tells her how beautiful she looks, and she tells her how proud she is of her and how good it is to see her in a place where she belongs, in a place of prominence, in a place of prestige and being heard. Like that is, she was so proud of her. And I love that. I loved how proud Aunt Vi was of Charley, and how supportive and non-controlling she was with Ralph Angel and Darla when they wanted to first go to the justice of the peace, and she wanted them to have it at the farm. She put it out there, and she let it be their choice. And when she reiterated it to Darla, she let it be her choice. I love that. I love that. I loved how Charley stood up for Nova, to Nova, and told her, you didn't bring the guy around because he's banned from New, he banned from coming to NOLA. And she told her the situation. She said, well, he was wrong about that. He was right about creating this buzz, but he was wrong not to bring you in on it. But I would have told him that if you had brought him here. And it was just a good way to side with her sister, but also to side with right. I love that. I love that. I love the fact that Charley spoke up to Davis when he said that the s'more chick wasn't a big deal, and she said, but Remy is. I said, you better tell it, girl. Make it clear. Okay? Make it clear. I'm not finna piss this good thing away like you did me. All right, I love that. That was that moment. And when Holly, Dr. Romance comes in and surprises her at the Brown Sugar Festival anyway, and Nova goes out and she talks to him, and there's this moment where you feel like it's going to be rekindled. There was this moment where I felt like maybe she was overreacting. Okay, I agree with what Charley said. It wasn't fair for him to do the sneak attack, but let's rethink it. Let's reapproach it. Let's not throw the baby out with the bathwater. But the more he kept talking, the more I realized Nova was right. Oh, she said some powerful things. She did, you guys. She said, well, he told her, I love you. They had this really, really meaningful conversation about the cause and the Zika virus and working together and all this stuff. And I thought it was going to be copacetic. I thought it was going to work. And then he tells her he loves her. And when he told her he loved her, I forgot all of that conversation he had before. They was having before, and the fact that they was reconciling, I was like, oh, this is great. He loves her. This is it, Nova. This is it. And then, he just slammed it all to the ground when he told her, that he knows that she's attached to the Ninth Ward, but she doesn't have to stay there. She's bigger and better than that place. And not that he was putting it down, but he was saying that you are greater than this place. Like, you're destined to do things above and beyond, and she was insulted. I was insulted. And it was at that moment I realized, the moment she says, she said, I shouldn't have to disappear into you in order to be with you. And I don't need you to dream for me. I was like, that was powerful. That was powerful. I don't need you to dream for me. And the more he explained and tried to kind of, clear it up, the worse it became. He really felt like Nova was great. But if he could get her into a place where he can mold and shape her, and she said, you've been trying to change me little by little since you met me. And when she said that, I was like, Nova, you right. You right. Girl, you right. And she told him, I can't be with you. I can't be with you. And I was heartbroken for like half a second. The thing of it is, the minute he started talking about the Ninth Ward, I realized this isn't gonna work. This isn't gonna work. If you can't be you, you can't be yourself, you can't be who you love and what you love. And it's not about you move here and I'm not gonna move there. It's about the whole scope. Like, he wants to reshape and remold her. You're a brilliant woman, but you could be better. We have all heard it. We've heard it about our natural hair. We've heard it about our hips and our thighs and our lips. You're a beautiful woman. You're smart. You're cute, but you could be better. This is essentially what Dr. Romance was telling her. And it hit us like a ton of bricks, but baby, when it hit us, we cleared it up. Nova let him know, I can't be with you. I can't be with you, and you need to leave. Okay, it wasn't hostile. It was just like, you know what? I see it now. I get it. I get it. It's not about letting you go because and you being the best thing for me and two people being together. I understand how she reconciled that with herself last week. It's true. You do need to give a man a chance and stand by them. But at the same time, when you realize this is the straw, Okay, you need to be able to release a man and set him free. Just because you have had this come to Jesus moment about your mom and your dad and how all that stuff played out doesn't mean the person that you have to um, experience this revelation with is Dr. Romance. I was really proud of Nova for letting that little birdie fly free because he a doctor, he fine, he good looking, and he love you. And he don't mind buying gifts. It ain't easy. Okay, to let all that go. But I'm proud of Nova. And Charley for pulling off this brown sugar festival. You guys, it was so many opportunities for her to lose it and become the old Charley, the controlling Charley. But instead, she allowed herself to be vulnerable in the moment and hear what Remy and Nova both were saying about, you know, looking around you. The community being fed isn't always about physically eating. Their spirit is being fed. They're here. They're together. This is something that they wanted, and you've brought them all together. And this is because of your idea and your vision. Be happy in that. And she was able to release all of that, you know, and go out there and dance with Remy and then have this super, super successful moment. It was absolutely outstanding. Shining stars. Okay, we got our MVPs, the Brown Sugar Festival, and the ladies of Queen Sugar, our MVP number 2. Our shining stars. Number 1 has to be Kiki, you guys. I have not been giving Kiki the props that she deserves. I have not been pumping her up like I should. Kiki is a beautiful, beautiful girl. When she supported Micah so wonderfully through his ordeal, as well as gathering all his edges when he assumed that she was going to want to sleep with him. And she had to clear up the fact that she is a virgin, to the fact that she sat there and talked very intelligently with Miss Lorna about art and artists, to this episode when she finally meets Davis, and Davis, and she says, hello, Mr. West, and he said, you can call me Davis. She said, no, I'm gonna call you Mr. West. She said, I know my place, baby. I'm a child. I don't do that. I don't do that. I don't do that. It's called respect, baby. Welcome to the South. Oh, and then when she won the Brown Sugar Festival Queen, the Brown Sugar Queen, I mean, just an absolutely beautiful girl, smart, intelligent, uplifting. You know what I'm saying? She is good for Micah. She is good, good, good for Micah. And I like Miss Kiki. I do. I do. I do. I do. Okay. And my next shining star in this episode is gonna have to be hands down Remy, you guys. Remy. Oh, okay. Remy is not playing shy with Charley. Okay. She trying to sneak up on that thing. And he is like, oh, turn the lights on. Let me see what you're working with, right? Not only that, he handled himself cool as a fan when in front of Davis. He wasn't trying to, even when his idea fell apart and Davis swooped in with his own idea, still very good idea. It was for the greater good. He wasn't even finna quibble with Davis about that. He don't have to act like a peacock around. I got this. I got this. Yeah, so he doesn't even have to do all that. And just coming through for her time and time again, and just being this really solid individual, this calm force, okay, this voice of wisdom and reason. I really, really, really like Remy this episode, and he was looking good. Okay, you guys, that is it for my review for Queen Sugar. I know it was kind of weird, right? It was kind of like all over the place, but next episode, y'all, I don't know what's going on. Vi's gonna get some bad news from the doctor. Oh, what's happening? Why is she at the doctor by herself? And Darla is apologizing for something. What is going on, you guys? And y'all know Nova's first love, which is the white police officer from season 1, is going to return. In that little clip I saw of him, he looks good. I was like, okay, all right, I see you over there. Look at you, Vanilla. But you guys tell me what y'all thought about this episode. Who are your MVPs? Okay, let me know. My MVPs don't have to be your MVPs. Y'all know how we do it. Who were your shining stars of this episode? I really, really enjoyed that whole Brown Sugar Festival. Um, Outstanding, outstanding. And so many things came to light with this whole festival. Them Landrys, I'm telling y'all, them Landrys. Oh man, oh them some snakes, oh them some slithering snakes. Okay, and of course the ladies, all the ladies, Darla, Aunt Vi, Charley, Nova. I mean, Kiki, they were giving it to us this episode. It's all about empowerment, standing strong. Don't let nobody run you off or your property or run you out of your own life and joy and happiness, you guys. Okay. Speak positively to one another. Lift one another up. Give one another praise. You guys, it's good for their soul and yours. Okay. And remember, be the commander in chief of your own life. Don't let nobody, good penis or not, okay, try to run roughshod over your happiness. And that's all I got for you guys today. Until next time, honeybees. Out.